How can a CEO make $10 million while their company goes completely bankrupt? It sounds illegal and unfair and just plain wrong. But not only does it happens all the time, and it's often perfectly legal. Welcome to the world of the bankruptcy bonus, a financial maneuver that lets executives walk away with fortunes, while shareholders, and sometimes even employees, are left holding an empty bag. Today, we're going to break down exactly how this works, why the legal system allows it, and what it means for the average investor. Let's imagine a big company. We'll call it Acme Corp. For years, Acme Corp was a giant in its industry, a household name. But times change. Bad decisions were made, the market shifted, and now the company is bleeding money. It's on the verge of collapse, and everyone knows it. The stock price has plummeted, investors are panicking, and the writing is on the wall. Bankruptcy is inevitable. Now, you'd think the CEO, the captain of this sinking ship, would be going down with it. After all, they were at the helm when things went wrong. Their compensation is often tied to the company's performance. So if the company fails, they should fail too, right? Well, not exactly. This is where the retention bonus comes into play. Just weeks, or sometimes even days, before officially filing for bankruptcy, the company's board of directors, often on the recommendation of the CEO, will approve massive bonuses for top executives. The official reason given is that these bonuses are necessary to retain key talent, to guide the company through the complicated and messy bankruptcy process. They argue that without these experienced leaders, the company would fall into even greater chaos, making it harder to salvage any remaining value. On the surface, it sounds somewhat plausible. You do need skilled people to manage a crisis. But let's look at the timing and the amounts. These aren't just a few $1,000s to keep the lights on. We're talking about multi-million-dollar payouts. For example, the CEO of a major retailer received an $18 million bonus package just before the company filed for bankruptcy. Another CEO of a different struggling company pocketed over $7 million. These aren't small sums. They are life-changing amounts of money being handed out as the company gasps for its last breath. So, the company approves these huge bonuses. Then, shortly after the money is paid out, they file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, here's the crucial part. When a company goes into bankruptcy, there's a specific order in which people and entities get paid from whatever assets are left. This is called the priority of payments. At the very top of the list are secured creditors, like banks that loan the company money with collateral. Further down the list are unsecured creditors, like suppliers who sold goods to the company on credit. And who is at the very, very bottom of this list? Shareholders, the people who own the stock of the company. But what about those executive bonuses? Where do they fit in? Here's the kicker. In the eyes of the law, those retention bonuses are often treated as employee wages. And employee wages have a very high priority in bankruptcy proceedings. They are considered a protected class of payment. The legal system wants to ensure that employees get paid for the work they've done. So, while the bankruptcy court is sorting through the wreckage and figuring out who gets what, the money for those bonuses is already gone. It's been paid out, and legally, it's very difficult to claw it back because it was classified as compensation. So let's recap the sequence of events. Step 1. The company is clearly failing. Step 2. The board, led by the CEO, decides to pay the CEO and other top executives a massive retention bonus to steer them through the upcoming bankruptcy. Step 3. The bonuses are paid out. Step 4. The company officially files for bankruptcy. What's the end result? The CEO walks away with millions of dollars in their pocket. They are secure. Meanwhile, the company's remaining assets are liquidated. The secured creditors get some of their money back. The unsecured creditors might get pennies on the dollar, if they're lucky. And the shareholders, the people who invested their hard-earned money believing in the company's future, they get absolutely zero. Their stock certificates become worthless pieces of paper. The value of their investment is completely wiped out. Think about the sheer injustice of this. The very people responsible for managing the company, whose leadership oversaw its decline into failure, are the only ones who are guaranteed a massive payday at the end. They are rewarded for failure. Shareholders who trusted their capital to these leaders are left with nothing. It creates a perverse incentive. If a CEO knows they can secure a multi-million-dollar golden parachute just before pulling the bankruptcy trigger, what's their motivation to fight tooth and nail to save the company for the shareholders? For some, the easier path might be to manage the decline, ensure their bonus is approved, and then jump ship. This practice has drawn a lot of criticism, and for good reason. Critics argue that these are not genuine retention bonuses. After all, where else are these executives going to go? It is unlikely that another company will be eager to hire a CEO who just ran their last company into the ground. These payments are seen by many as a thinly veiled attempt to loot the company's remaining cash before it is handed over to creditors. It's a way for executives to pay themselves first, using legal loopholes to jump the line. Courts have sometimes pushed back. In some cases, judges have questioned the size and timing of these bonuses, and in rare instances, have even reduced or denied them. There's a growing movement for reform, with proposals to change bankruptcy laws to give courts more power to scrutinize and reject these pre-bankruptcy payouts, especially when they seem excessive or made in bad faith. Some have suggested that bonuses paid within a certain window before a bankruptcy filing should be automatically subject to review and potential clawback. But for now, the bankruptcy bonus remains a very real and very common feature of the corporate world. It highlights a fundamental conflict of interest between a company's management and its owners, the shareholders. Management is supposed to act in the best interest of the shareholders to maximize the value of their investment. But when a company is circling the drain, the CEO's personal financial interests can diverge dramatically from those of the people they were supposed to be serving. So, what does this mean for you, the average person or investor? First, it's a stark reminder of the risks involved in stock market investing. When you buy a share of a company, you are an owner, but you are last in line if things go wrong. It is crucial to do your due diligence and understand the financial health of the companies you invest in. Look for red flags like mounting debt, declining revenues, and consistent unprofitability. Second, pay attention to corporate governance. Who is on the board of directors? Are they truly independent? Or are they just friends of the CEO? A strong independent board is more likely to challenge a self-serving bonus proposal. News about executive compensation, especially unusual or large bonuses in a struggling company, can be a major warning sign. The story of the bankruptcy bonus is a cautionary tale. It shows how the rules of the game can sometimes feel rigged in favor of the powerful. While the legal justifications exist, the ethical questions remain. Is it right for a leader to be rewarded so handsomely for failure, while the investors who trusted them lose everything? It's a debate about fairness, responsibility, and the very purpose of a corporation. The next time you hear about a major company going bankrupt, look beyond the headlines. Check to see if the executives got a little parting gift on their way out the door. You might be surprised at what you find. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting and want to learn more about the hidden mechanics of finance and business, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. See you next time.